Powder, powder, powder. So I'm going to put a little powder on now. She has all kinds of different colors and sponges. Well,
the Diva Kingsley, yes.
Mash, but I don't. When I was in the pageant, when she did the makeup for me, it was just amazing. And it didn't take her a long time, really, but I couldn't see myself doing it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now I'm doing the dark dollar store black girl makeup. That's what they called it, just to give me the shadows. I know this is exciting. The first time, Paul.
It's really different. I mean, it's cool to see different people do.
Well, and I just taught myself this my own, but just to blend it in. Fancy did the darker to give more contrast to the face. When I was in the parade last year, Paul, for the first time, said he ever noticed that it was dark down here because he was standing down there, not on the float, and noticed that. So it just gives more contrast to everything. And you don't see a lot of it. I mean, you see it, but I mean, it's... And then I do powder in the middle. Okay, let me just put some toilet paper.
Yes.
It's always someone's friend to take some of the thing off there. Okay, now I use a lovely red cherry. No, they don't taste, but that's the brand of the eyelashes that I'm using. These I've used for a while. I don't use new ones so often. And regular eyelash glue. I use the dark glue. I guess there's clear glue too. Just put a little on. I'm going to let it dry for a few minutes. I will actually take some of it off in a little bit, but I'd rather put a little extra for now. Okay, that's that exciting step. Now, we move to the dark, going to the dark side. And this is going to take away the illusion of my eyebrows because I'm going to paint on eyebrows in just a little bit. But this is so, it looks like I have bigger eyes, and from stage, it's good to, everything's accentuated, bigger, brighter.
Yeah, people have to realize it's stage makeup.
Yes, exactly. Don't go out in public normally like this. I have a few times, but it's definitely drag queen or a female impersonator or something. A look. It's not something that I'd really recommend for just everyday wear. I did a program up at a department store, I guess I can say, where somebody who works there had seen me do this before and invited me to come up there and be like the guest entertainer. We're talking, you know, bright light in the retail store. I'm walking all around the store. People are saying, "Who are you? Where can I see you?" And it was just interesting because it wasn't like in a gay bar where most people, you know, see Nancy. And it was pretty darn interesting. It was a lot of fun. Not that I know that any of those people have ever come to see me, but you never know. Now I'm using white. They always say you should do the light color first, but I'm doing it backwards. Just because.
Everyone has their own.
And I don't know why. I guess that's because really when we started, Fancy did makeup for me all the time, and so I just kind of followed what I thought she did, and maybe followed a little bit of what Diva, I'm sorry if you're watching this, it's very little of what you did, I'm sure. You're not gonna...
Diva's gonna call you and like, what the?
I didn't do any of that. What were you thinking or drinking or smoking when I was helping you? I don't know. We took a few pictures, but it was fun having somebody else do it for me. Somebody so awesome like Diva. Because it's true. Okay. I know, again, a lot of the drag queens that I know love the matte makeup that Diva uses and sells and supports, etc., etc. These are all from the beauty supply store. That didn't cost, but $1 or maybe $1.99 if I was splurging. I don't know. I mean, I take it seriously what I'm doing, but not, over the top. Like it's got to be every nook and cranny spackled, filled, and as you can see, for me it's more about the fun, the entertainment. I want to look like a woman. I don't try to be the characters. I do Carrie Underwood a lot, but I don't try to look like her, except the blonde hair and the short skirts, you know, kind of thing. Okay, now we're going to put on, no, not yet, we're going to do the liner. I'm going to make eyebrows now for myself, okay? This is exciting. Now, it's interesting, this side of my face, I have a line already there that's a wrinkle. I know you don't see any wrinkles, but there's a few there. So, I just follow that line, sort of.
Fill in the wrinkle with color.
Exactly. And they're never the same, I'm sure. Sometimes they're thicker, sometimes they're thinner, sometimes they start and stop in a different place. Sometimes they're really like a semicircle. My only goal, I think, really is that they look somewhat similar to each other when I put them on. Now, I've been looking at magazines for a couple years now at ladies, you know, eyebrows and makeup they use, and so often they're not the same either in real life. I mean, most people are not completely symmetrical. So, anyway, we'll come back to this in a moment. Now it's time to do the eyelashes. And like I said, I have a little extra glue, so I just kind of dab off what I don't need, because I don't need a lot of goop hanging there. Okay, let me do this side first. And it took me a while to remember which went to which side, because they're not obviously marked left and right. But when I looked at pictures again, the smallest part of the eyelash is in the center, and it gets bigger as it goes out. Sometimes I did it backwards and thought, what's wrong with this picture? And that was pretty much why. It was a whole trial by error thing, really. Which I guess is the best way to learn. You know, you have people show you how they do it, and then you take, you know, from each person what they do that you like, that works for you, you know. And the nice thing about this, it's amazing how fast it dries. We'll go back and touch up the eye makeup in a moment. Got my handy dandy